All right, Derby fans, welcome once again to the hangar at Oaks Park, beautiful Portland, Oregon. We're going to run down the lineups for the game today. We'll start off with the West Coast Junior Knockouts in white this afternoon. Wearing 0-3 will be Tiki Torture. 1-0, Cinderella. 1-1. All right, I'll get going again here. 1-1 is Rapunzel. 1-1-2 Slamby. 1-3 Grim Reaper. 1-5-0 Belladonna. Number 2 Thrasher Crasher. Number 2-8 Sam I Slam. 3-1-7 is Riled Up. 3-3-3 Triple Threat. 3-9 Rip Curler. 4-9 Kiwi Killer Kiwi. 5-5 Bridge Burner. 6-9 Nikki Jams. And 9-5 your captain Lightning McQuinn.
And in the white, we have the West Coast Junior Knockouts.
No, that's one I did.
Oh, sorry, you did that. Sorry. Seattle Derby Brats. 0-0 Dust Bunny. 0-0-8 Graham Reaper. 0-0-9 Millihertz. 1-9-7 So Fierce. 2-1-0-6 Mamma Mia. 2-1-4 Siren. 2-7-0-0 Filipina Fire. 3-2-1 Rainbow Bite. 3-3-0 Alice in Thunderland. 3-9 Rubellious. The team captain 4-2-9 Lily of the Alley. 5-1-7 the Curly Dervish. 6-0-6 Nicoletta Vendetta. 7-1-3 McGrady. And 8-6-0 Kiki Crusher.
Welcome everyone to Game 7 of 2024's Bridge City Riot. As you just heard, we're going to see the Seattle Derby Brats take on the West Coast Junior Knockouts.
Should be a good time.
Oh, it's going to be awesome. So, and we're just going to get right into it. There was our 5-second shout, and there is our whistle. And we've got Siren and Cinderella both wearing the stars for their teams.
Siren up to the front, getting some offensive help from Filipina Fire.
We saw a lot of wonderful offensive work from Filipina Fire yesterday.
Oh, hey, there we go. Cinderella is your first lead jammer.
And just as we got our first lead jammer, we also got our first penalty. 317, that is going to be Riled Up, is headed or is in the penalty box on a cut track.
And Cinderella around.
Calling it off.
Oh, but that is a 6-3 jam in favor of the Brats, even though, 7-3 jam in favor of the Brats, even though they did not have the lead.
Looks like we've got McGrady jamming for Seattle Derby Brats up against Sam I Slam, I believe,
Yes.
for West Coast.
That is Sam I Slam.
It is amazing how well you get to know the skaters after calling 12 hours of Derby yesterday.
Yeah, that does make a difference.
McGrady out and lead jammer. Sam I Slam still stuck between the jam and on Hawthorne jam line and the pivot line.
Oh, wow. That was phenomenal offense from Mamma Mia.
We have our first star pass of the game, it looks like. Sam I Slam
Well,
cap is off.
hasn't actually done the pass yet, though. Trying to get that up to...
Graham Reaper is doing an amazing job of keeping the jammer from the pivot. There
there
it
goes
is.
Riled Up.
There's the two-town cider star pass to Riled Up.
There's a lot of two-town cider star passes in that last one.
There was. McGrady going ahead and getting 4 and calling that one off.
And the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box got a big workout in that last game, too. We'll see if that happens again, although I'm pretty sure 84 penalties isn't going to be a thing again.
So many penalties.
There we go, triple threat backing that defensive wall up to hopefully contain Rubellious.
Grim Reaper jamming for West Coast. Oh, just amazing teamwork there between number 112 and 333. That is Slamby and Triple Threat.
And, oh, Filipina Fire doing a great job containing Grim Reaper.
Rubelius out and is lead jammer for Seattle.
And Grim Reaper heading the box on a track cut. And
That's
here comes that Seattle offense.
Pack speeds up a little bit. Nice pop to the outside again by Slamby. And a long rollback to turn 2.
Slamby, Belladonna, and another skater working to contain Rubelius, who calls it off with the jammer standing.
That's going to allow Seattle to have a brief moment of advantage.
Sometimes a brief moment is all you need.
At this level of derby, it's absolutely all you need. So the Curly Dervish is who Seattle's fielding as a jammer this time around. Mamma Mia setting up on Seattle for that offense right off the line. Oh,
But first,
it's a Deb Counts Tabor. Welcome to PDX timeout. This timeout brought to you by RCR's official realtor, Deb Counts Tabor, and welcome to PDX. If you're watching along at home, go ahead and let us know who you're cheering for and where you're cheering from. We love our streams to be as interactive as possible.
or as inaccurate as possible.
I always strive for the highest level of inaccuracy. So once again, here we are, Curly Dervish wearing the star for Seattle.
And
Mamma Mia still set up for that offense.
And Triple Threat was removed from the penalty box, so it's just the power start.
Which Curly Dervish is able to, is Rip Curler going to ruin it for her? It wasn't Rip Curler, it was number 49, Killer Kiwi.
Killer Kiwi. And that was Bridge Burner that set that whole waterfall in motion.
Cascade into action. So
And that
Curly
is-
Dervish now through on initial.
And Rainbow Bite doing great work at the back of the pack.
Several swings and misses. Curly Dervish able to get around all of those West Coast blockers. Possibly another pivot start. That's been really popular this tournament.
It has been,
The pivot line
surprisingly.
start.
And we've got Siren and Sami Slam.
Filipina Fire setting up for the offense. Off the line for Siren.
And good work there at the back of the pack by So Fierce and Millihertz. And Lily of the Alley.
Lily of the Alley doing an amazing job of being that right butt. Sami Slam just not able to break through that.
And here comes Riled Up with the offense.
And a little bit of a whip there for Sami Slam.
A bit of a dangerous whip there. You're risking a multiplayer.
I did see that happen in one of the previous games.
Yep.
I believe it was in one of the Buds games.
Yeah, I believe that was Harley Quinn that got that.
It was. Multiplayers don't just have to be made between 2 arms. Everybody stacked up there on the back straight. West Coast trying to knock Siren out to the outside. Siren comes back into the center of the track. There's the beautiful offense by Filipina Fire and number 429, Lily of the Alley.
Good work by Tiki Torture, slowing up Siren
Sami Slam sitting in that Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box.
for a forearm.
Seattle, unfortunately, has Rapunzel goaded at the back of the pack. However, it does set Rapunzel up for some defense right there as Siren comes around. Rapunzel finally able to move to the front of the pack and get together with the rest of those West Coast blockers.
And that was 3 points on that final pass. 42-5 is your score right now. 23 minutes left in the first half.
And we've got McGrady up again for Seattle, up against number 13.
Grim
that
Reaper.
Is Grim Reaper. There's a Grim Reaper on West Coast and a Graham Reaper on Seattle.
And we've got McGrady as your lead jammer. Grim Reaper about 10 feet behind, maybe 20.
Pack speeds up. McGrady's going to get through and call it off after picking up all 4 points. Amazing ability to hold West Coast to 0 on that jam.
And credit to Kiki Crusher and Company for creating the lanes needed there.
Penalty box is clear. Are we down a West Coaster? There's only 4 West Coast folks on that track.
Yeah, they forgot to field a blocker. So that is unfortunate for them because Seattle gets 4 points for passing the full pack, even if there's only 3.
As a large and dangerous oversight.
Yes. And Millihertz so fierce. And I believe that's Rainbow Biter just feasting on Cinderella at the back of that pack. Oh, no, that's not Rainbow Bite. That is Alice in Thunderland.
Rubelli is taking full advantage of the -1 on the track.
Well, oh. Cinderella finally through.
Not too expensive of a mistake, only 10 points.
That could have been much worse.
It could have been way worse. Okay, now it looks like we've got 4 blockers from each squad here on the track. With Sami Slam wearing the white star and the Curly Dervish wearing the black star.
And here we go. Nikki Jams trying to get some defense in there on the Curly Dervish.
Curly Dervish lead for Seattle. Sami Slam still working at the back. Beautiful offense there by number 03. That is Tiki Torture.
Oh, Rapunzel doing work there. Oh. Oh, who's that last line of defense there? That was great work. I think that was Dust Bunny.
There's a direction being called on 860. That's Kiki Crusher.
So
Seattle now with 2 in the box. Curly Dervish through. Oh, letting Sami Slam cook.
is that Graham Reaper in there? That good effort there.
I just saw that beautiful hit attempt by Dust Bunny.
Yeah. That was a nice attempt. Oh, Tiki Torture trying to move that wall, but
with Graham Reaper, Mamma Mia, and Dust Bunny, I don't think it's moving very far.
no.
Siren jamming for Seattle.
Up against Grim Reaper.
Jamming for West Coast. Okay. West Coast with 1 in the box. Slamby up to the front, trying to hit Siren, not quite able to make it happen. Filipina fired, keeping them from being able to regroup and make a wall.
Thrasher Crasher now back in.
Beautiful star stash that just happened. I don't know if we'll get a replay about that, but there was a total fake out from West Coast. And Grim Reaper just continued forward with it.
So we're going to see McGrady and number 10, Cinderella.
Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box is clear.
And Violetta Vendetta.
Nicoletta Vendetta with the
Nicoletta
O.
Vendetta. Yep, sorry. Thank you. That was great offense. Oh, McGrady inadvertently pushes Cinderella forward. That was unfortunate. Cinderella with a half-track lead now. Galaxy speeding up. Cinderella coming in fast.
Beautiful job
wow.
by Cinderella to speed up, get around Kiwi Crusher. Why do I keep wanting? Oh no, it's Kiwi Crusher.
Yep.
There's a Killer Kiwi and a Kiwi Crusher.
It's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on.
I like the head fake there by Cinderella to the outside, then followed by the inside move. Semi-slam, Rebellious are your jammers. We got a pivot line start, maybe.
Seattle sucking back a little bit there. Beautiful
Offense
job.
from Lily of the Alley.
Yep, that was exactly what I was going to call out.
Nikki Jams doing everything possible along with Thrasher, Crasher, and company.
Semi-slam.
Pushing Millihertz and So Fierce forward.
Semi-slam, incredibly powerful.
Yeah, given
jammer. And the star
outsized
comes
by
off.
a lot.
Rebellious taking a big cut to the outside, coming back in, finding Slamby and company.
Lily Alley
Slamby,
breaking up
Nikki
the tripod.
Jams, and Thrasher Crasher holding it down there at the front of the pack. Everybody's dug in so deep.
Whew. Made me tired just looking at it.
Grim Reaper once again on that Jam on Hawthorne jammer line. Up against the Curly Dervish, I do believe.
You are correct. And we're off slowly.
That was nice. Curly Dervish was slow off the line, communicating with her blockers here and using them. Yeah, I don't know what happened, but entirely indicated to them, and they caught Grim Reaper right off the line.
Mamma Mia doing good work on offense there. Mamma Mia saying, let my jammer go. Oh, Mamma Mia heading in the penalty box, though. Still no lead jammer, 30 seconds in. Oh, interesting. Grim Reaper has pulled the cap, so only Curly Dervish has the opportunity to be lead jammer. Slamby heading in the box.
Which kind of is not great for Grim Reaper since that's the pivot for West Coast.
Yes, but Grim Reaper is through. No pass, no penalty. And a little bit of group therapy in that Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box.
Curly Dervish able to get around those two West Coast blockers without any issue or hesitation.
Wow, we're halfway through this first half and only 10 total penalties.
That's a change.
Yeah.
It's refreshing.
Siren giving Filipina Fire some instruction, and that worked out well.
It worked out wonderfully.
Cinderella.
Recycle back, looking for some help from Riled Up.
Yeah.
Riled Up, swinging at Siren, not quite able to connect on that apex jump. Pack speeds up on the back straight.
Pack starting to clear.
Beautiful.
And wow.
Beautiful job by Seattle to thin the pack out in such a way that Siren was able to get through and pick up all 4.
Yeah, Siren had just a wide open lane to the inside.
McGrady quickly to the front of the pack, able to spin around that last West Coast blocker.
That was impressive.
That was an illegal contact being called on number 69, Nikki Jams of West Coast.
And we've got a two-town Cider House star pass to Tiki Torture.
McGrady looking for the bench.
And the Brats willing to run this.
Was not a back block, apparently.
That was, yeah. Okay. Dust Bunny hitting the box on a directional. Dust Bunny tripped up by the Ghost in turn 3.
Revolving door of Seattle blockers right now. McGrady looking to play some, and the jam cap has come off of Tiki Torture. McGrady now going to stop Tiki from going back and getting it. We're kind of at a standstill here.
Yeah.
McGrady's just waiting to clear that Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box.
It makes sense. Tiki Torture trying to get that cap back on. McGrady through.
And calling it off now that the box is clear.
That was a very smart play by McGrady.
Very smart. Totally capitalizing on the jammer cap falling off.
One of those inadvertent things that just happens sometimes, especially on a star pass.
Everybody with 5 on the track.
We'll
Filipina Fire, the obviously one of the designated offense skaters.
Yes.
She's just so good at it.
And no one in the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box. Rubelius up to the front.
1 to beat.
Ooh, Belladonna, good hit.
Rubelius is lead. Cap is off. There's another two-town Cider star pass to Slamby on the West Coast.
And Slamby spinning, twisting, and trying to get through. 1 to beat, but
destruction.
And the knockout's losing 2 blockers.
One of them was a pack destruction. I'm actually learning more about pack destruction penalties this tournament than I think I have ever before.
All right. We've got a diet pack. Wow. 4 skaters in that Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box. That is a lot of therapy going on.
Rubelius through again, just as quick as possible with no friction.
Here we go.
West Coast starting from 20 feet behind the jam line. Curly Dervish again escorting Cinderella directly into that tripod. Cinderella shaking it off though. Lead jammer, Rainbow Bite with the last minute chase down, but no connection.
And good force out by Riot up. That's going to be a track cut.
That's a track cut. Curly Dervish.
Cinderella stuck the landing on that apex jump with a little bit of an assist there, I think, from Rip Curler, who kept Cinderella from sliding off the track.
That's Mamma Mia that Cinderella just ran directly into.
Jammer standing in that Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box.
That was a back block called on Kiwi Killer. Killer Kiwi. I keep getting it backwards. Killer Kiwi.
Wow. Swarming defenses. Oh.
Graham Reaper, big hit to the outside, derailing Cinderella's progress there through the pack.
And Cinderella heading to the box on a track cut. So this will be a full 2-minute jam. Curly Dervish through on the initial. Oh.
Almost able to stay in bounds.
Oh,
From
great
the
force
outside
out
to
there.
the inside. That's Mamma Mia and Graham Reaper. Number 49 there, Killer Kiwi.
Doing everything possible, but that was a that was tough.
Semi Slam, jamming for West Coast.
Against Siren.
West Coast with only 2 blockers on the track. Siren attempting to make short work there. London beaten Rapunzel.
Rapunzel on a forearm. Semi-slam on a forearm. Rapunzel on an out of play.
That's going to leave Siren in a power jam with only 2 West Coast blockers on the track.
Now 3, but still 3 skaters in that Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box. Having a nice long discussion about what they've done wrong.
Tiki Torture, again, doing as much work as she can to break things up and to slow Siren down. Okay, everybody now back on the track.
Wow, Siren just
shaking it off.
Screaming through. Forearm on Allison Thunderland.
Filipina Fire with the offense yet again. Huge hit to the inside
And
on pivot. Now jammer, Tiki Torture.
That is another 2-Town Cider House star pass.
Tiki working there at the back of the pack against Filipina Fire and company. Millihertz is back there. And then I don't know who the brace is, but
that was so fierce.
Yeah, doing work.
Yes. And so with 4 minutes left, we're sitting at a score of 143 for the Galaxy, 33 for the Knockouts.
With McGrady at that Jam on Hawthorne jammer line for Seattle and Grim Reaper for West Coast.
4-3 pack advantage for the Galaxy right now.
Mamma Mia set up for the offense. Slamby ignoring it.
Good last-ditch effort there. That was Lightning McQuinn. And McGrady just shaking it off to get forward.
McGrady currently with a wide open inside lane.
Wow. Good spin there. And Rapunzel coming straight off the bench into the offense, or straight off the penalty box.
McGrady with 12 points on the board so far this jam.
And a two-town Cider House star pass to Slamby. All right, next up, that is number 39, Rubelius, up against number 10, Cinderella. And Cinderella fighting towards the front of the pack, stopped by Allison Thunderland.
Rubelius slowed down by Riled Up for just a few moments there, before Riled Up chose to move to the front. Cinderella out lead jammer. Lilia the Alley leaping forward at the last minute there, trying to stop Cinderella. We have a two-town cider star pass to Filipina Fire on Seattle.
Yeah, that's the first time in a while that the Brats have taken a star pass.
Oh, big hit by Lily of the Alley as Cinderella exits the pack.
And Filipina Fire coming in, grabbing 4 points. And there's the call off from the knockouts. 4-4 on that jam.
We have a minute and 20 left in this half, so likely this will be our last jam.
That is Semi Slam and the Curly Dervish.
West Coast did not field enough people again.
That is an unfortunate pattern.
Forearm on Semi Slam. That's going to leave Curly Dervish in a power jam. High block on 008 on Seattle.
Track cut. Curly Dervish.
So we'll do the swap, the do-si-do. Semi Slam will come back out, and I think Semi Slam only served about 10 seconds.
Yes. Curly Dervish already back on the track.
Following 321 through the pack, that's going to be
low block.
Rainbow Bite.
Low block sends Curly Dervish back into the penalty box. So this will be a full 2-minute jam. So comes Nikki Jams, Tiki Torture. Wow. Great hit by Dust Bunny. Escaping from under the couch to get that hit in.
Graham Reaper back on the track, looking to back up that Seattle pod there. Thrasher Crasher coming in.
Forearm penalty sends
Graham Reaper
to the box.
Curly Dervish is back out. Semi Slam goes back in.
For a forearm. That is Semi Slam's fourth forearm.
And now we're just on the jam clock with 20 seconds to go. No lead jammer since everyone's gotten penalties this jam.
Yeah, so now 2 skaters at 4.
So it's equal.
Yes. Of course, one of those is a jammer for the knockouts who don't have quite the same rotational depth as the Brats.
So there we go. We are at intermission. We've got a score of 162 Seattle to 45 West Coast Junior knockouts. Penalties were at 18 and 19, so very well balanced between the two teams. I'm going to go grab something to drink.
That sounds like a great idea.
I'll be back. We'll be back in 15 minutes.
Yeah, see you then.
Is it gravity, your heart and mine? All I know is the stars have aligned. I could count the ways you lit up my life, but I wouldn't try. Your science I can't describe. Love unexplainably taking flight like a satellite. Ask me anything you'd like. I could answer every why. Oh, you wake me up like the morning light. Even darkness can't dim your bright eyes. You're the rising sun, the kindest sign that will be alright. Your science I can't describe. Love unexplainably taking flight like a satellite. This night, brilliantly simplified. I look at you and my heart takes flight like a satellite. Satellite. And when the skies are rough, the elements too much, our love will hold us up. We're made of titanium. Your science I can't describe. Love unexplainably
On West Coast, with nobody really in any trouble. 2 skaters, 1 on each team at 4 penalties. So I'm excited to get back to it.
I'm excited as well. And there's the whistle that's bringing us back. Baby.
At the half, Seattle had 1 in the box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just making sure everybody's got the right number of skaters out there.
Always a good thing.
And we've got, I believe, Siren and Cinderella both jamming. Everybody's double checking with everyone else. There we
And
go.
There we go. Yes.
Cinderella choosing that long run up again. Siren running right into that West Coast tripod.
Yeah, that's triple threat and route up. Oh, that is a forearm on Cinderella.
Siren out now in a power jam. Number 330 from Seattle also headed to the penalty box. That's Allison Thunderland on a illegal contact.
And Siren through for 4. Filipina Fire prepared to do some offense and does.
And does it. Does it so well.
Yeah, Filipina Fire's been having a great game.
I would say great weekend.
Yes.
Everybody now back on the track. Cinderella able to get through without any issues. Millihertz with a chase down, not quite able to make it happen.
Cinderella's got some speed.
Cinderella picking up 1.
I like the little apex jump there, trying to get those last 4. playing to the final whistle.
McGrady's going to jam for Seattle up against Sam I Slam. Out.
Official
Except for an
timeout.
official timeout.
This official timeout brought to you, as all of our timeouts, by Welcome to PVX, the official realtor of the Rose City Rollers. All right, I'm not sure exactly what we're waiting for here.
Well, Doof just came back to center track after confirming with tournament head Cat.
But while we've got some time, we can tell you that Junior Summer Camp is filling up fast. 5 weeks of camp available from July 8th to August 9th. Register now at rosecityrollers.com. That is 5 one-week camps.
Not one 5-week camp.
Exactly.
When I registered my junior just the other day, there was only a handful of spots left in the last week intermediate advanced 12 to 17-year-old session.
All right.
And I think they're very affordably priced. Like $330 I think for the week, and I believe the kids get fed every day.
Well, that's pretty good.
It's really good.
And also celebrate the biggest juniors fundraiser of the year at the Roller Rally Carnival. We've got a bounce castle, face painting, dunk tank, not drunk tank, dunk tank, games and
Well,
more.
if you get too spicy, there might be a drunk tank.
Yeah, there you go. May 19th at the hangar, rosecityrollers.com for more info. Definitely a dunk tank. Woo!
It's almost like you and I have said too many words this weekend.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. And I'm just running on water and lemonade, so, you know, I don't even have any excuses here.
Neither do I.
Well, water, lemonade, and not enough sleep.
I think you just hit the nail on the head there. Okay, still don't quite know what happened, but it's done.
Yes. And the curly, no, that is McGrady, sorry.
McGrady and Sam I Slam. McGrady quickly to the top of the pack. Mamma Mia was the offense, but now the bridge. Sam I Slam with the cap off.
And McGrady coming around.
Sam I Slam now very much separated from her pivot.
Oh, McGrady threw like that surprise second Taylor Swift album that dropped.
And we've got a two-town cider star pass on West Coast to Tiki Torture.
Tiki Torture looking to light it up.
McGrady not letting Tiki around.
And here comes the speed.
Wow, great job by McGrady to pick up all 4 of those points. Oh, 3.
3, still.
Just 3. That was phenomenal.
Well done. Just the communication between McGrady and the pack was just phenomenal.
Looks like we've got Rip Curler. Just kidding. No, we don't.
That is Rubelius.
That is Rubelius. There's a 39 on both teams.
Up against Grim Reaper. And Galaxy not fearing the Reaper.
Rainbow Bite with the offense, and it works. Rebellious through lead jammer. Rainbow Bite did get a little bit of a back block there, but, you know.
Wow, So Fierce has been doing a phenomenal job on the back, along with Millihertz.
Special plays, special players.
And we've got a two-town Cider House star pass. That is Slamby, now your jammer of record for the knockouts.
We have a direction being called on Triple Threat.
Belladonna working from the pack, slowing down Rubelius.
Forearm being called on number 95. That's Lightning McQuinn.
Or McQuinn, yes.
Ka-chow. West Coast signaling to make sure all of the skaters get on the track this time.
Yeah, Killer Kiwi just waving in.
Well, yep.
Oh.
You've got 2 in the box, y'all.
There's 2 knockouts. Getting some existential therapy from Rebel Heart Therapy.
Cinderella just pushing Curly Dervish into that tripod.
Oh, Cinderella.
Curly Dervish 30 or 40 feet behind, about a quarter track. Cinderella with
up and over.
Beautiful apex jump for 4 points.
And still 3 skaters in the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box. Cinderella, wow, the moves.
Cinderella makes her own magic, doesn't need a fairy godmother at all.
Pretty much, yeah. Cinderella blowing up her own tripod.
Well, sometimes it happens. Friendly fire. Curly Dervish now ahead of Cinderella. Mamma Mia.
Head in the box. On blocking with the head, I believe. Or, hang on.
Direction.
No, direction, sorry.
I also saw the motion for blocking with the head.
So that was a 12-12 jam.
Alice and Thunderland jamming for Seattle. Sami Slam jamming for West Coast.
Alice's first time jamming today.
I was going to say, I think Alice has pivoted a couple times so
Yeah.
far.
Alice and Thunderland right into the back of Nikki Jams.
Dropping a couple bridges. Filipino Fire asking for the bump up. Alice and Thunderland able to stay in and resist West Coast's efforts there. Filipino Fire again with the O.
And So Fierce working that back of the pack with Millihertz again. That has been a deadly blocking duel all day.
Oh, we've got Filipino Fire and Mamma Mia out on the track for Seattle. Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box is clear.
But not anymore.
Just kidding. I spoke too soon.
Yeah, that is Millihertz in on a forearm.
Even Seattle didn't notice it until just now.
That is
There's our whistle.
Siren and Grim Reaper. Oh, Siren, wow.
Grim Reaper pushing against Graham Reaper. Nicoletta Vendetta.
And back of the pack, triple threat slamming Belladonna.
And Crusher. Crusher was the other part of that tripod.
Yep.
Crusher now headed to the penalty box on a direction. That is our first skater in penalty jeopardy.
Definitely jeopardy, sitting at 6 with 22 minutes left.
Oh, and the Seattle pivot into the box as well on a forearm. I believe that's Millihertz, it is. Siren coming back around. Grim Reaper still stuck behind Nicoletta Vendetta and Millihertz.
Great work there by that duo.
Sorry, that wasn't Millihertz in the penalty box. I believe it was Graham Reaper. It was.
And Graham Reaper immediately up on the offense. Siren with the call off. And here comes Filipina Fire with the offense. Oh, McGrady back block. All right, Center Hella is through. Is your lead jammer. Oh, good offense there. There's a killer Kiwi in there.
Cinderella got let go. McGrady through on initial.
Wow.
McGrady
Making it look easy there. Well, only 2 blockers to beat.
high block call on 330
Allison
Thunderland. Cinderella picking up 4, but I think McGrady also picked up 4. That's going to be a null jam between the two of them, both teams with 8 on the board. Tiki Torture holding that pivot line.
And Rubelius, semi-slam out to the front. Oh, Rubelius through, Asia League jammer. Oh, track cut, semi-slam. That is semi-slam's 5th penalty. Not good for one of your jammers.
Rubelius up at the top of the pack.
Good effort there by Nikki Jams, holding as long as possible.
Ooh, nice swing and hit by West Coast. Blocker number 11, Rapunzel. Mamma Mia with the offense.
And another penalty for, that is a high block for Allison Thunderland. We're gonna have a 4-2 power, or 3-2 pack advantage. Yep, there's 3 skaters in that Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box, so lots and lots of group therapy.
Well, it's Millihertz and Filipina Fire, though, for Seattle.
Yeah.
So I'm not super concerned about their ability to hold Grim Reaper here.
Yeah.
Millihertz just getting their body in there.
Curly Dervish struggling against Lightning McQuinn in that front wall, or front tripod.
And just like that, Millihertz and Filipina Fire were able to completely hold Grim Reaper as a 2-wall.
Yeah, that was stunningly good defense.
Millihertz back to the penalty box on another forearm.
And Curly Dervish through lead jammer. Took almost a minute to get a lead jammer.
Filipina Fire also in the penalty box. So the 2-wall now just traded places in the penalty box with the rest of the Seattle pack. We have a 2-town-sider star pass on West Coast to Slamby.
Oh, wow. Who was that? Oh, Lightning McQuinn
No initial completed for West Coast, so no points awarded. Seattle with either 7 or 10 on the board. I'm waiting to see. Looks like it's 7.
Mm,
15 minutes left. We are in our final quarter of the game.
and there is Siren and Cinderella. Cinderella, once again, that long drawback, which is working.
Siren was part of the wall for a second there to try and bump Cinderella out.
But yeah, Cinderella just found that outside edge.
Cinderella now stuck in the thick of it.
Just
Calls
the
it
call off. It's 3-0. 78 for the Knockouts, 262 for the Galaxy. Knockouts, I think, at least looking to try to get to triple digits here if they can.
Well, you know, and we're at 59 penalties between both teams or across both teams.
That is still a fair amount. Semi-slam and McGrady. Wow, that is...
Semi-slam. There's our two-town cider star pass to Tiki Torture.
And McGrady with that powerful 4 points.
Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box is clear.
We'd like to thank our neighborhood food sponsors, Big's Chicken, 808, and Reverend's Barbecue.
Alice in Thunderland jamming for Seattle. Up against Grim Reaper for the West Coast Knockouts. Alice in Thunderland quickly to the top. Filipina Fire with the O, and perfectly timed and executed. Alice in Thunderland is out for lead jammer.
Well played.
Oh, it was beautiful. Tiki hung up in the back behind Rainbow Bite and Company. Rainbow Bite, Graham Reaper, and 197. That's so fierce. Star is off.
Nowhere to go right now.
Short drawback by Rainbow Bite. Alice in Thunderland getting through, picking up 4 and calling it off. McGrady pivoting
Interesting.
this jam.
Well, they are having some penalty issues for a couple blockers.
Yeah, so maybe they're just trying to keep him out of the game for right now. Rubelius turning on the Afterjets.
That was McGrady up there with the offense. Wow, nice force out by Dust Bunny.
Rubelius getting that O from McGrady again and through for 4. Will we make it a three-peat? We sure will.
Yep.
Rip Curler with the chase down.
And McGrady with that force out and recycle. Or at least
And
the
again,
recycle.
there's another McGrady holding court at the back of the pack.
Cinderella looking for riled up. And Cinderella through on the initial. Good work there by Killer Kiwi.
Semi-slam and Curly Dervish.
Semi-slam sitting in 5 penalties.
Curly Dervish getting the help from Filipina Fire.
And no help spared until right now. Tiki Torture.
There's our two-town sider star pass on West Coast to Tiki Torture.
And Tiki Torture forced down the back by, that was Rainbow Bite. Filipina Fire just with the offense.
And she makes it count every single time.
Yeah.
Like, economy of movement, no wasted, nothing wasted at all.
Except the hopes and dreams of the opposing blockers.
No joke. Curly Dervish.
Oh, called it, but there's a track cut.
Yep, I saw it. And I wondered if they were going to let her cut or if it was going to, call it off, or if the cut was going to get called. I think if she had stayed out of bounds and called it, it would have been fine. It was because she came back on the track.
Skating back on the track, yep, that'll do it.
Multiplayer being called on
So Fierce?
197, So Fierce, yeah.
Filipina Fire putting on a blocking clinic at the back.
Curly Dervish back on the track with 15 seconds on the jam clock. Up to the front. Rapunzel and friends really just holding Curly Dervish at a standstill. Looks like we have a timeout.
Team
for
timeout
West
by the
Coast.
Knockouts. This timeout brought to you by Welcome to PDX, the official realtor of the Rose City Rollers.
Let Deb Counts Tabor bring you home.
Exactly.
I feel like I've had enough caffeine to kill an elephant here. Still keep yawning. I think of it as long haul trucking. Like, you just have to pay attention for so long,
Yes.
and then you just do it over and over and over again. Obviously means I need more glucose, which means I should probably go get some candy
Right.
between the two games.
There you go.
Yeah. Stay tuned, everyone, for the next game after this. That's going to be Game 8, our second to last game. And that one's going to be fun because it's our regional Rosebuds travel team up against the Southside Revolution Alliance.
We have Siren and Killer Kiwi jamming for the first time.
Kiwi,
There's your lead jammer.
lead jammer. Siren half a track behind after getting through. Kiwi hit to the outside, no recycle, right back onto the track. Siren scooping around the outside.
Wow. That was some speed.
Well, I mean, sirens are also on emergency vehicles.
Yep.
Killer Kiwi is lead.
Yeah, I'm not sure why Killer Kiwi has not called this so far.
Siren still racking up the points. There it is.
I think the Knockouts coaches may have been paying more attention to the next lineup than what was going on the track. And I saw Killer Kiwi looking towards the bench, but no signal was forthcoming.
Cinderella and Allison Thunderland jamming this next time. Cinderella again opting for that running start. Just kidding.
Still a little bit of a rolling start there, and Cinderella taking advantage. Maybe. Back block.
Oh, on Allison Thunderland.
Thunderland.
It's going to leave Cinderella in a power jam. No lead's been declared yet. West Coast coming in with the offense that Cinderella needs. Oh, but on the other side is Millihertz, Filipina Fire, and Mamma Mia.
Yeah.
With
that is a tough blocking wall.
With a side of Rainbow Bite.
And there we go. 36 seconds, and Cinderella is now your lead jammer.
Allison Thunderland standing in the box, now released back on the track.
Cut track, Cinderella.
Jam will go the full 2 minutes, and Allison Thunderland now in a reciprocal power jam. Seattle with the sweep. Rip curler on the other side of that.
It was a good effort, but just wasn't enough to catch up to Allison Thunderland.
Nice sweep again for Alice. Filipina Fire once again.
Cinderella back in on a scoring pass.
And hit to the inside by Filipina Fire. Nice run back. Oh, Cinderella making contact with Allison Thunderland.
Wow, that was good work there. It was a 19-4 jam. Just under 5 minutes left here. 323-90 is your score.
65 penalties on the board between the two teams.
They're not going to catch the last group, I don't think.
Semi-Slam and Rubelius both jamming. McGrady headed to the penalty box for Seattle. McGrady's played an extremely clean game, 2 penalties.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. And Semi-Slam, lead jammer.
Semi-Slam finding a very small opening on the inside, able to get through, using her size to her advantage.
Nikki jams, good block there. And is that
McGrady
McGrady?
with the
Yep.
O. Tiki Torture headed to the box on a direction.
And we've got a star pass to McGrady.
On Seattle. I think that's only the second star pass of the game for Seattle.
I think it might be their third, but either way, it's still not a large number.
Less than a handful. Three minutes, just under, left in this game.
And we've got Grim Reaper taking the line against the Curly Dervish.
Curly Dervish again escorting the Grim Reaper right into that tripod.
That is a strategy that's working.
Well, not this time because Grim Reaper's out ahead of Seattle.
Yeah. I mean, it worked initially, it just didn't continue to work.
Didn't work this time. 1 point put up for the TKOs, for the knockouts. And again, our next game is going to be Southside's B travel team
Right.
up against our Rosebuds B travel team. Should be another super fun game.
It should be fun.
There's Cinderella with that rolling start again. Cinderella, lead jammer again.
That's really working for Cinderella.
And that's Siren jamming for Seattle. Oh, Tiki Torture with the chase down. I am surprised that wasn't an out of play block.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what happened there.
Unless it's a really quick jam, this will be our last jam of this game.
And we will see. We've got Rubellius and Sami Slam.
There's our whistle. Rubellius making short work of that West Coast blocking pod. Sami Slam hit to the inside and rolled back by Dust Bunny.
Dust Bunny working with Millihertz at the back of that pack.
Filipina Fire with the offense. But then Filipina Fire got sucked into bridging.
Yeah.
But Filipina Fire gave the signal to her other pod to bump up so that she could provide that offense for Rubellius.
And did.
Really great communication on Seattle.
Good job there by Killer Kiwi standing up Filipina Fire.
And that's going to be it. There we go. There's the end of Game 7. We've got an unofficial score of the Seattle Derby Brats 327 to the West Coast Junior Knockouts 102. Stay tuned. We still have 2 more games today.
Yes, we do.
We've got this next B team game coming up, and then I believe we're going to see our Buds take on the West Coast Junior Knockouts, who have only 2 hours to rest their weary legs.
That is going to be a tough challenge for them.
That's going to be a very tough challenge. But Puns and I will see you back here in about a half an hour.
See you then.
Bye-bye.
Like a satellite.